Hello, footprinters. Actually made it close to only 1 minute late today. Yay! How is everyone going? I hope you're all going well. What an interesting week it's been with the big split. Yeah. So is Elon Musk going to spill secrets or whatever? That's going to be an interesting thing to look at, isn't it? Very interesting. I've just got everything. How's that? Not moving so much now. Hang on. Go a little bit crazy here. Yes, so it's going to be really, really interesting couple of things to read on this week. I will be doing some more personal cards a bit later. But yes, the big story of the week is the bromance is over. Wow. The bromance is over. So I've just let's have a look at some things. Getting closer to the time where we can sort out my study. And for I tripped over you keep dumping things in here. Hello, Yvonne White. How are you? Yeah, I know. I've got to dig out the bag with the but I want to do some butterflies on it. I think it would be really, really cool with butterflies on it. Yeah, I was doing some carpet sale for a time, but they stopped holding them once a month up at a place near here. And I know they've got carpet sales all over Perth all the time, but I don't want to be going too far, like traveling for hours and stuff like that, or having to go down the freeway. So I'd like to keep that stuff sort of close to home. So tomorrow I open up, I'll let you guys know. But that was fun and very enjoyable. Tomorrow probably going to go garage sailing, a bit of a fun thing to do that doesn't cost a lot of money. And yeah, so well, we are going. We've decided we're going to go garage sailing. So let's have a look at. Hi, Constance Campbell. What's the outcome with this romance? I'm going to do the crossing that I do, but I'm going to do it in a straight line because until I sort out my desk, I don't really have the room to do it in a cross thing. But yeah, I know what each card represents. So the first card, of course, is at the moment. What is the state of the bromance at the moment? Oh, justice. That's really interesting. Is the question to ask is this split going to bring about justice on a few things? I'm going to have to take the hat off. Sorry, feelings. But yeah. Yes, I do. I really do like the steampunk aesthetic, and I was working on getting together a whole outfit, and I haven't been. I got sort of stopped partway into it, not because of any specific thing, just because other things cropped up, and yeah. Hi, Becky Stone. So here's the thing with this big breakup. Justice is going to is that basically at the center of it. It's all going to be about justice. So What is this all about? It's all about justice. I'm not going to do the cross thing. Equity, rightness, probity, and the executive. So, who is going to feel justice's wrath? The person who grasps the opportunity for finance and to manifest something happening, but not necessarily in the right way. So this is the page, the messenger. I'll make you rich type thing. I'd say this has to be Trump. This has to be the president. He used somebody else's resources to manifest a win. He's doing everything he can. And of course, that other person was not blameless. They helped manifest the win, allegedly. And yes, I am covering my butt a little bit here, guys, but I don't want to get turned out to the US when I hop off the cruise ship. Okay. So yes, I am practicing a little bit of discretion is the better part of valor. And yeah. So, but yeah, there is definitely okay. Now here we have the hierophant, but it's reversed. So this is institution reversed. Now, society, good understanding, concord over kindness. Concord is agreement. Okay. But weakness. So this is a weakening of the institution that I feel is the executive branch and the office of the presidency. Mark my words, that no matter who is president, a weakening of the office is not a good thing. However it comes about, it is not a good thing. But at least as far as the US is concerned, because it undermines the standing in the world. It gives people thought and pause as to whether they always have to go in line with the US or if there's some other alternative parts. And that, of course, can undermine the US's presence in the world more. Because it's not just seen as a weakening of one person, it's seen as a weakening of the whole institution. So, yeah. Now, what I'm looking at here, guys, is, hi, Becky Stone, is the consequences of the breakup between Elon Musk and President Trump. The bromance is over, and what are the consequences here? So justice for those who sought basically send others out to do their bidding. The page is sent out with messages, sent out from their bosses with messages. So really, but in this case, the page can also be Trump because he's delivering messages, and sometimes it's other people's messages. So really, even though he sees himself as the king or the emperor, really just there to deliver other people's ideas of what should be done. And it's undermined the so justice for the page, justice is rough delivered onto the page, but this is still an undermining and a weakening of the institution that is the US government, and especially the executive branch. Now we've got temperance. So we're coming to, this is going to lead. Now, this is interesting. I've done 4 cards and 3 of them have been major arcana. The next one. And we're looking at this leading to, out of this undermining weaknesses, is a return to some moderation, some frugality, management and accommodation. So a return to a more stable time. But I want to go back to the page. Let's have a look at him some more. What is in store for this person? What's crossing this person? Hello. What is crossing the page is the Chariot. Providence, also war, triumph, presumption, vengeance, and trouble. So this is a mixed bag for the page. Now, I'm looking here at the page, the president. Let's have a look at the other side of the equation. So I'm going to move these over to the right, and on the left side of the equation, where this justice is coming from, because we're going to look at Musk's side of the equation. So Musk here is going to be out in the cold. Trump has threatened to cut off his contract, and he probably will. In fact, the fact of the matter is that they should be ended because they were not done in honesty. They were dodgy, so they should be brought to an end. Hi, Shelby Lisa. So it's got financial loss, poverty, lack of mindset, isolation, and worry. Well, he's definitely, of course, Tesla's going down, and he's already, I think they've already replaced him as the CEO of Tesla, or they're working to do so. But it's not just going to be that. It's going to be Starlink if Trump cancels all the Starlink things and stuff like that. A lot of his companies are going to be feeling it. I do feel he'll be selling Twitter. How far-reaching is it on his side of the equation? Giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity. This is more about him learning a lesson. He thought he could buy the presidency. Honestly, he did. He knew he couldn't become president because he was not born in America. Didn't have birthright citizenship. But he still thought he could buy it by sharing money, being generous with his money and giving it. And he got a lot in return for that, but one more here. Now, oh my God, self-limiting beliefs and inner critics. So we've got, so this was the 6 of Pentacles charity. Now we've got the Eight of Swords reversed. Self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, releasing negative thoughts and open to new perspectives. It's like, in honesty, I think the biggest reason he left was because he felt that maybe the president was going to use him as a fall guy. It's like, oh, the penny dropped. What the hell? And that's when he started backing off and saying, look, I'm not going to be giving to political causes anymore. He might try in smaller countries, but I don't think so. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. That's just, isn't it sucky? Isn't it just sucky? I do feel that they will be okay in the end, Shelby. I do feel they will be okay in the end. But yeah, it's just, they're doing a grand sweep of the country, but they'll be okay. They have legal status and stuff. But, they might be detained for a while, but they will be released. So I'm gonna, how I said what is in store for the president, and I put a card across it now. We're looking at what's in store for Trump, for Elon Musk. What have we got? What's crossing him? Challenge, competition, protection, and perseverance, or exhaustion, giving up, overwhelmed. So he's going to be standing up to defend himself. Will he leave the US? Will he leave the US? Let's just cut the deck. He's definitely getting worried. So there's a chance he might flee the US. Go where they don't have extradition. That could be South Africa. They're in Florida, Constance. Shelby lives in Florida. So it's going to be interesting. But the upshot of this is, the biggest effect of this is justice. The outcome of this breakup of the bromance is going to be justice. Elon Musk is going to be very, very uncomfortable, but I do feel like the president will be more affected. Elon Musk probably going to hiding for a while, but the president, Elon Musk didn't get any major arcana. The president got 4, and so it's going to be quite a big effect. Give him love and support. Family members that would take care of him. He's supposed to go away for college in a few months. That can be hard when your support system is, especially a family support system, is pulled out from under your feet and you're a young person. Reassure him that in you and your family, that he has a place he can come to if he needs to. I think that would be the best thing. And just place he can come back to his hometown to, and come and, but I do think it will work out. Will this young man's family be okay. Progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunity. They're going to be okay. Okay. It's going to take some time, and it's going to take some patience. For some reason, I'm getting Puerto Rico in my head. It's an American territory. Daniel going to be okay. Now I've looked at Daniel's family, so they might, be upset there. Will Daniel be okay? Mm. Inner happiness, materialism, dissatisfaction, and indulgence. So look, he's gonna. This is speaking to me of jumbled up emotions. So he's going to be quite jumbled and go through a few things, and maybe clutching at material in the concrete things he has. So he's going to go through a bit of a turbulent time. Advice to him: secrets, mysteries, the future is yet unrevealed. Silence, tenacity, wisdom, science. Keep working. Don't give up. What did I say earlier? Discretion is the better part of valor. Don't give up. Things will be okay with his family. I feel like maybe Puerto Rico might play a bit of a part in it for his family, at least. Interesting. Yeah. Can you please remind me who Mr. Garcia is? Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of a tough time for him. But this is, with that High Priestess, it's a major learning curve to him and a major event. It's tenacity and learn what you can from the experience. And I really see law in his future, especially immigration, because he's going to want to stop this sort of thing happening, or to fight against this sort of thing in the future. I really feel like that. Yeah, I would love to meet him. I would love to meet him. Yes. I think some family and friends will help with the business and stuff. And their home. Yeah. Tell him to, I mean, summer's coming up, isn't it? Tell him to hang in there. It's going to be a turbulent time for him, but things will be okay. Okay? Okay. Yes. To return. Oh, they're going to get thrown out. Okay. Yes, Mr. Garcia. Well, those charges are going to get thrown out. They'll try, because they feel like they should justify why he was sent. So they've come up with these trumped up charges. But no, it's not going to last. It's going to get thrown out. The DA or whoever's just going to say, this is so obvious. This is so obvious. No, we can't go anywhere with this. So, yeah, they will be, as the lovely Linda G says, a nothing burger. But let's have a look. Yeah. Back into hiding. The hermit. Mm. With this deck, I'm just going to take a minute and count up this deck because I was using it and then realized that there were a couple of cards astray. I hate it when that happens. So I'm just going to do a quick count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. There we go. They're all there. Yay! They might try, but I don't think they will. They might freeze the assets for a while, but freeze the business and the assets. But it's all going to get sorted out. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they thought they were voting for a better life for themselves. You can't blame people for that, even when others tried to tell them that that decision would not lead to a better life. Yeah. Okay. So lots of stuff happening around the world. And I don't know what any of it is. So what I'm going to do is just open up a quick window here and have a look at some of the news stories that are flashing up. Putin betrayed by disobedient commander. Let's have a look at that. Demanding an end of the war. Okay. So let's have a look at what is coming up for Putin. What is the energy around Putin? If he's got commanders saying, look, this is enough. This war's got to end. Let's have a look. So here he is. Here's, out in the cold. Not a good place to be when but he's on the outer with not just the populace, but it looks like the military. They're saying, look, this is just ridiculous. Enough. What's the challenge for him? Yes, he is. The challenge for Putin is manipulation, trying to juggle things, trying to keep the balls in the air and still keep control of the situation. So he is losing control of the situation. I don't think he's well, but he's being looked after. He has access to medical care that the average Russian on the street could only dream of. So, what is the advice for him? Wow. He's got the Magician. And I got, listen, believe what you're being shown. This is not an illusion, what you're seeing with people turning against you. They have been building up everything they need. Believe it. That's what I got. That's the words that entered my head when I saw this card. Believe what you're being shown, because they have been building up everything they need. And this is his own people. This is some of his own generals. So what is the base at the base of this reading for Mr. Putin? Chaos. Knight of Swords. A building up of. Now, I noticed with the sword court cards is that each progressive one, the wind gets stronger and stronger. Things are building. The storm is building. The storm is building. What's the outcome of things for Mr. Putin? Okay, now here's the King of Pentacles. Stability. But now there's the King of Pentacles. Stable leader. But is it him? A return to stable leadership, a stable leader? Or is this him funneling money, directing money, corruptly directing things? Because there's no reversals in this deck. So let's explore that a little bit more. Tell us more about this king. Hello, we've got the Hermit. Shining a light on things. The Hermit in reverse can also mean traitor. So there's definitely something that has been away, or someone that has been away, or hiding in the background, coming out. What else can you tell us about it? Strong, passionate. Now, it's the Queen of Wands, but it doesn't have to necessarily mean a woman, but it could be a very strong, passionate, protective woman. Strong, passionate. I feel like it's a strong, passionate, protective movement, momentum, inspiration. Black cat there is a guardian, but not of Putin. Oh, yeah. No, he's still in power, but yeah. Okay, a return to a previous time. Is Putin near to being ousted? Let's have a look. Guides, can you tell me, is Putin near to being ousted? Oh, there's celebration, so that's a yes. You've got to be kept near to. So there's a yes. Will it happen in the next few months? Because, you know, tarot and time. Hi, I'm Steve. Ooh, a bit of a nightmare time happening for him. So, but a bit of an anxious time, but not necessarily in the next few months. But yes, it could. Yes, a nightmare next few. But that could be 9 weeks. That could be 9 months. It could be 9 days. You just don't know. Hi, Susan Rotella. Oh, I had a good look at that, Susan. So if you've just joined and haven't been watching, when I finish, go back to the start, because I had a good look at that, the breakup there, the end of the bromance. Will Putin be ousted from power? Oh, yeah, here's that conflict, here's that fighting. So, yeah, it's all coming up. There will be celebration, but beforehand, it's like they're almost there, the end of this nightmare, but there's still work to do. Like I said, it could be 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months. I don't think it's going to be 9 years. Yeah. Okay. I'll just put the cards back. Look, maybe there are reversals in this deck. I don't know. I've sort of lost control of it a bit, but that's okay. How all of Biden's clones doing? Biden doesn't have any clones. But Biden is doing okay. I just got a hit on one of Biden's grandchildren. I don't think any of his children are going to run for office. But I think one of his grandchildren is going to run for office. Get in there and be very successful. Whether they get to president or not, that's a different thing. But how is President Biden? The world's actually watching because he still has great. They still listen. The world still listens when he speaks, and Trump hates that. But for him, it's like he's finally able to go into retirement, so he's heading into messages of peace, hope, love. Rest. I feel like this is the night heading towards a place of happiness and rest for him. Oh, is it? Okay. No, but look, he's very elderly. Yeah. I don't see him going anywhere too soon, but he deserves some time for rest. So, yeah. So let's go back to the other window and have a look at what else is up there. According to this story, and you've got to be a bit careful about the sources, but this is absolutely hilarious. Apparently, Russia has now offered Elon Musk asylum after his public feud with Donald Trump. I'm not even going to read on that, but that just made me laugh. That is, I don't know if that's true, but if it was, it would just, drive Trump crazy. Immigration raids on nail bars, yeah. Australian Navy ship accidentally blocks internet and radio cross. Internet. The HMAS Canberra accidentally blocked wireless and internet services in New Zealand. Oh no! Took out a number of wireless internet and radio services. Oh, we're going to cop shit from the Kiwis for months about that. Yeah. Trump has agreed to visit China. Will he do it? Will Donald Trump visit China? Hey, Jazzy girl. Okay, first I'll ask, will Elon Musk go to Russia? Secret spies and lies. He'd do well to look really, really deeply at the paperwork here. Read the fine print. Because it might not be a good thing. It's all on the surface. Okay? I love Weekend at Bernie's. The second one wasn't bad either. The second one, Barry Bostwick made the second one. Stole that movie. But yeah, I like Weekend at Bernie's, and the second one's not too bad. That and Club Paradise came out around the same time. Barry and Barry. Oh, bless Rick Moranis. It's not very often that someone will put family first and walk away at what was the height of a career to be there for his children and everything. Bless the man. I mean, yeah. And I, like many comics, when he turned to a straight, I absolutely adored him in My Blue Heaven, because he didn't play the comic part. He played the straight man to, what's his name? Steve. God, I know that. Plays the banjo. Steve Martin. If you want to see Rick Moranis in a role that shows a very different side to him, watch My Blue Heaven. It's wonderful. So, yeah. Now, what was the other one? Oh, will Trump visit China? Will Donald Trump visit China? Oh, this is the Messenger, the Page of Cups, inspiration, emotional, but it's reversed. I feel like this is an outcome. It's not going to be, if it happens, it's not going to come the great inspiration. Here's another page, the Page of Pentacles, grabbing an opportunity. Wasted opportunity. That's, yeah, wasted opportunity. Painting yourself into a corner. I feel like this answers it. yeah, he might. And this would be the outcome of a visit for him. A wasted opportunity and painting being put into a corner. Backed into a corner. What would be the outcome? Not achieving enough. I don't know. I don't know if Gullens can visit China. I really don't. I suppose they'll allow in whoever they want to visit who can do something for them, I guess. It happens. Things get overlooked. Let's go back to have a look at some more news stories. All right, he's 300K in prison. Sorry, I got sidetracked by a story about one of the best NRL players in the league. Okay, a poll shows that Republicans who helped Trump gut Medicaid will pay dearly. Let's see if that's true. Let's see if that's true. Get out. The pendulum. I don't have the cards within easy reach, so I'm just going to say pendulum, show me yes. Show me yes. Pendulum, show me no. Okay. Right. So, pendulum. Will Republicans who helped Trump gut Medicaid pay at the election? So we'll send it circling. Will those Republicans who helped Trump gut everything basically pay at the election? Yeah, it swung into yes. Will the Democrats gain the House at the midterms? Will the Democrats win the House at the midterm? Yes. Will the Democrats win the Senate in the midterms? Yes. Will Donald Trump still be in office at the midterm elections? 2026. No. Okay, so that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, guys. How about I do one more story? I've really got to do some tidying up in here. So we go back to the thingo. Australia is in the firing line of Trump's looming revenge tax. It's a fight we're unlikely to win. Honestly, maybe we are, maybe we're not. It's just, I just feel like most of the countries around who he's putting these taxes on are just like, we'll weather it, you know? Yeah. Who's be next? So, standards. Okay. Sorry, got distracted again. US debt service costs reach unsustainable levels. Okay. Leading to a death spiral. Okay. Thank you, Shelby. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Will the debt spiral get worse in the US before it gets better? Oh, building up of energy with the Ace of Wands. That's crossed by the Ace of Swords. What do they need to do? So it's crossed by the Ace of Swords. Building up of energy, crossed by the Ace of Swords. They're both very turbulent. They're the two quickest actioning suites in the deck. Okay, or suits in the tarot deck. So there's a lot of turbulence happening there. What do they need to know? Something has to be done. Something has to be stand up, and action has to be taken. Can't continue. What do they need to do? Stop smothering. It's the tariffs. Smothering. This is a smothering. And stop feeding people sugar pills to tell them it'll be okay. What will be the outcome here? Oh, no. Indecision, procrastination. Will there be an improvement in the economy anytime soon, or will it just get worse? Will it get worse? Oh, yeah, definitely. Instability, an unstable economy. I'm sorry, things are not going to improve anytime soon. Sorry to give you that news, guys. Okay. Now, how about we do some personal? Who would like a personal reading? If you want a personal reading, put your hand up and say, reading, please. And I'll do them as they appear on the screen. So I'm just going to get what deck? I'm going to use this beautiful deck, the Delusions deck, gorgeous deck. Okay, Yvonne White. You got anything specific? If you have something specific, you can say that in when you put your comment up. Otherwise, I'll just do general. So I'll do 3 cards. Okay, Yvonne White. You have Temperance here. This is a major arcana, so it's a very good thing. It feels like it's a return to a more harmonious place for you. Two of Pentacles. Okay. So what you need to know is that there is a more harmonious time coming up to you. But what you need to do is not try and juggle too much. And it's not manipulation, but people have been asking you to make their decisions for them, to tell them how they can best do things. Start handing things over for them because they've been manipulating you so they don't have to take responsibility for their decisions. It's time to hand over, tell them, no, I'm not going to help you with that. It's your responsibility. You have to make the decision. Thank you, Denise Trudeau. Very much appreciate that. And what's the outcome here? The King of Pentacles. You're going to feel more stable, more in charge. A bit of a return to not just harmony and a more level playing field, but feeling a little bit more stable. Okay? So hopefully, Yvonne, that's a return to more stability. So there's a much calmer time coming up for you. And in order to keep that, really tell people to start doing their things for themselves, and you'll feel much more stable and really feel maybe a bit more financially better. So stop if people come and make suggestions to try and tell you what to do financially. No. I think that might be get rid of that person. You don't have to, of course. It is about guidance, not instruction. You don't have to get rid of them completely. Just say, no, I'm not going to be listening to advice from you on this. Because they're not a horrible person and they don't do things on purpose, but they just tend to be manipulative. Okay, Constance Campbell. Hello. I just have to go to the door for a little bit. Hang on. There's someone at the door. So. Yes, I'm coming. Thank you for your caring. That was Jehovah Witnesses. Oh, look, no, just no. I said I'm actually live. I'm doing it. He said your work. I said yeah, I'm a tarot reader, and yeah. So okay, Constance Campbell. But I did thank them for caring because I know a lot of it is about building numbers and stuff. And they have to do it, even if they're not comfortable. Constance Campbell, what do you need to know, darling? What is there that you need to know? The Page of Pentacles, opportunity. Opportunity is coming. There's opportunity there. It's important that you at least think about what this could mean to you. What do you need to, not what you need to do, but what can you do about this opportunity? We've got the Knight of Cups. Look carefully. We've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups often represents the ideal, but that's not always necessarily the case. There's often stuff beneath the surface. So this opportunity, you can consider it, but really, really look into it careful. If you feel like it's too good to be true, that doesn't, so look carefully at this opportunity. Make sure you know what there may be. What will be the outcome if you take it or if you don't take it? If you don't take the opportunity, well, think if you do take the opportunity, this is the High Priestess. Either way, you will learn a lesson. One way, it'll be a much less painful lesson than the other way. So really, really think about it. You don't have to take every opportunity that's put in front of you, especially if they seem too good to be true. But yeah, just weigh things up carefully. There are lessons to be learned here about how you approach things. And this is a major arcana, so they're major lessons, okay? Seek wisdom. Seek real advice. Okay? And it might not be a financial opportunity. It could be relationship opportunity. It could be other opportunities, job opportunity. But really, really look carefully before you make your choice. Either way, it's going to be a big learning curve for you, and you will learn some really good life lessons. Okay? Steve. Nine of Wands. You're feeling embattled, but Steve, things are getting close to being settled. But you're still feeling it. You're still feeling embattled. But know that things, maybe another step or two there, but you're getting close to things getting settled, and don't give up on that. What you can do? Nine of Cups. Now, this is interesting. Nine of Cups. Think carefully. The Nine of Cups is the wish come true card. Thank you very much for that compliment about Albanese. Thank you. Steve, the Nine of Cups is about wishes coming true. But make sure you know what you want the outcome to be, how you want this to work out. Okay? You're at that step where you're very close to things getting sorted out. But make sure you're very clear about, because this will happen. Things will happen. But you have to be very clear about how or what you want the result to be. What's the outcome going to be? The Star. Well, this is things turning towards a better direction. So again, this is a major arcana, so it's a big life thing for you, but a more hopeful future than you'd been feeling might be happening here. None of these are bad. Okay. But you'll be able to start seeing things heading in a different direction and working out for the better. So weigh up your choices carefully, because what you want to happen and how you want it to happen is the steps you want to take are going to be very important. Okay? Shelby, Lisa, did you want a card? Yes, Steve got the card. And you got lots of good lessons and a real learning opportunity to Constance. Yeah, how's your mum, Steve? Shelby. Yeah, anyone else who's watching, if you want a reading, please put your hand up. Shelby. It's just you waved sort of thing, so I thought didn't know if you wanted a card or not. You've got the Seven of Pentacles. So you've been working hard and things have been happening, and there could be some rewards coming from that, coming towards you. We'll have a look at the other thing. Oh, first birthday without your mum, darling. Oh, happy birthday, my darling. Happy birthday. Your mum, she'll still be there. Don't let go of dreams either. So you've been working really hard, and it seems like it's near the time where you're going to see some of the energy coming back towards you. The Six of Swords. What you need to do is just ride out. There is a light coming at the end of this particular tunnel. You just need to ride things out for for a little bit longer. A few more days, a few more weeks. I don't think it's going to extend out into months. And what's going to be the outcome? The Six of Swords is light at the end of the tunnel, of course. You can coming to an end, and the hard work that you've put in to deal with what this situation is, yeah, it's coming to the Five of Swords. Okay. The benefit you get from this situation is wholly going to depend on what route you took to ride out the storm. If you took the quick and easy path, there's not going to be much benefit. But if you found alternatives, found ways in which people weren't hurt, there will be benefit. So this is very much how you approach the situation and how you ride out the last few days, weeks of it. It's going to, if you chose the lower vibration, if you choose the lower vibration, you're not going to get much from your hard work. It's just, yeah, you've wasted the hard work. But if you follow the better path, the higher path of higher vibration, looked for alternatives that had a less savage impact, even though it might be a decision that, somebody was going to feel the impact of it, but you went for an alternative that would lessen it for people, you will get a much better result. So it's definitely going to be dependent on how you handle the next few days. High vibration is, or the next few weeks, the next period. High vibration is always best, even though sometimes you want to lash out. Yeah, sometimes you want to lash out, Shelby, understandably at times. If you lash out, you will get less of a reward from your hard work, because it will have just cancelled out all the work you did, if that makes sense. Go into the next few weeks with forgiveness in your heart. How does that's about all I can really say. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, J Cat Lady. Yeah, she's wonderful, your mum, isn't she? I'm doing personal readings now, so I have fallen into doing for the second half of my shows. So if you want a reading, Sabrina or J Cat Lady, just put there. If you have a question, you can ask the question. If I've missed anyone, if Jazzy Girl or Bonnie or whoever had put their hand up for a reading and I missed, please put your hands up for one. Sabrina here. Okay. And J Cat Lady, yeah. Don't know how things went for last week. If I gave you a reading last week, how those things are coming out. So let's have a look at Sabrina fell. Guides, what can you tell me for Sabrina? Wheel of Fortune. There's a change coming up, and this is a major life change. This is a major arcana. That's a big change, and it's a change that is definitely a learning opportunity. There we go. These are beautiful cards, aren't they? What you need to do. Page of Wands. Speak. whether it's in writing, whether it's speaking, raising your voice, talking, telling your story. Again, it's guidance, it's not instruction, but make your wishes known. Make your ideas or your creativity, show it. You will, Susan. Yeah. What's the outcome here? Three of Pentacles. This is acknowledgement. Acknowledgement. Recognition. But also an opportunity to work with others. Wow. I hope all that works out for you, Sabrina. J Cat Lady. Night, Constance. Things are getting better. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, J Cat Lady. So you drew another set for you. J Cat Lady. It can be hard for me to recall some of the things I say, like from last week and stuff. J Cat Lady. The Knight of Swords. Okay. This can mean increase in chaos and increase in a storm. But this is interesting. Crossed swords. What you need to know. Time to engage the enemy, if that makes sense. Just like Darth Vader stopped Luke from striking down the Emperor. He did it out of love. This is a time in which some chaos can be, a stop can be put to some chaos. There's an opportunity to stop the shit, if that makes sense. 10 of Wands. This is what you need to do. It's okay to share the burden with others and let them take on some of it. Cat Lady, J Cat Lady. I feel like you've tended so much to take so much on yourself. And that, when I mean stop the chaos, time to stop doing that to yourself, my darling, because you take on so much and then you end up with chaos everywhere and other people saying what shouldn't, and you being made to feel like you've failed when you haven't. Just checking this very quickly. Yeah, no. That rings once like that, it's an overseas line. So what you can do, share some of the burden and honestly hand some of the burden back to those who should be doing it, handling it themselves. They've gotten too used to it. Now, what's the outcome? 3 of Wands. But doing this, the outcome will be a lighter time, a lightening of your load, and a feeling of more flexibility and freedom, I think, J Cat Lady. Okay. So, yeah. Keep doing what is right for yourself, darling. Keep doing what is right for yourself. She'll be there, my darling. She'll be there. Her spirit, her wonderful, wonderful spirit, and her love for you and the world hasn't gone anywhere. Good. So good to hear, J-Cat lady. Okay, I have time for a couple more. So if Jazzy Girl or Susan Rotella, if one of you wants a reading, if somebody else has come in and joined and they want a reading, put your hand up very quickly because I have time for one more before I'm going to sign off. Maybe even two more. Yeah, she will be. Oh, your mum's spirit's going to resonate so much, as with Shelby's mum, as with Eleanor's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, look, guys, if nobody else wants me to do a reading, I might wrap up a few minutes early. Oh, Jazzy Girl, you're good. Everything's good, Jazzy Girl. Okay. Yeah. So I might wrap it up. Thank you for the donations. They are appreciated. They are appreciated. And yeah, I will be back again next week. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be an interesting week. We'll see what happens. Everyone just put out love into the world, put out strength into the world, put forgiveness out into the world too. I feel like that maybe there needs to be a little bit of that forgiving energy put out there. That doesn't mean that you don't want people to get the justice they deserve. It just means that it's better for us. Just know that people will get the justice they deserve. Okay? Stay strong. Stay healthy. Stay laughing. Above all, stay loving, and above all, stay laughing. Laugh every day, and if you can, laugh with a friend. I love you all so much. Thank you again for joining me. Bye-bye.